नमस्कार दोस्तों और जय हिंद। आप सभी को स्वागत है इन माय चैनल 1971 वॉर बुक सीरीज। तो दोस्तों, बांग्लादेश लिबरेशन वॉर के जो स्टोरीज आपने सुने हैं फ्रॉम मी एंड फ्रॉम न्यूमरस वेटरन्स ऑफ बोथ इंडिया एंड बांग्लादेश, आज हम एक स्पेशल और डिफरेंट टाइप का एक घटना के बारे में बात करेंगे एंड सुनेंगे डायरेक्टली फ्रॉम अ पर्सन हु डिड सच एन ऑपरेशन। आपने तो भारतीय एयरफोर्स के फॉरवर्ड एयर कंट्रोलर्स के बारे में सुने हैं, जिन्होंने भारतीय फौज के साथ मिलके भारतीय एयरफोर्स के एयर स्ट्राइक्स बुलाए हैं डायरेक्टली ऑन द एनिमी पोजीशंस। ऐसे 1971 में भी हुआ था और बांग्लादेश की जंग में फ्लाइंग ऑफिसर पारलकर was one such person to join up with the ground forces with the infantry, himself being from the 37th Squadron of the Indian Airforce। और उन्होंने जाके अपने रेडियो के सहायता से फाइटर जहाज को बुला के एयर स्ट्राइक्स कंडक्ट किए ऑन वेरियस पाकिस्तानी पोजीशंस। आज हम उनके ही एक्सपीरियंसेस के बारे में थोड़ा जानेंगे डायरेक्टली फ्रॉम विंग कमांडर प्रोमिन नारायण पारलकर। सो लेट्स वेलकम हिम to our program today.
My name is Wing Commander C.N. Paralkar. I retired prematurely in 1990. I'm from Mumbai. My dad was also an army officer.
Okay. This must be during British time, right, sir?
Yeah, he wounded in 1948 and he was boarded out. Yeah.
And he was in Kashmir at that time, right, sir?
Yeah, Kashmir.
Okay.
He was boarded out on medical grounds. From childhood, I was keen on joining the Air Force because our house was right under takeoff landing part of the Santa Cruz Airport. And fortunately, I got a chance to join the Indian Airforce in 1965.
1965. Sir.
Yeah,
So at that time, sir, you were a pilot officer, right, sir?
No, 65 I was a cadet. I joined and we got a commission in 67 December.
Okay.
My first posting was in a Rampa Squadron in Pune.
Okay. This was which
squadron,
sir?
Which was a training squadron. Thereafter, as I progressed, I went on to Hunters, HFs, upper HFs, Sukhoi, MiGs, MiG-21s, all various. In 69 January, I was posted to Ashtamara in a hunter squadron. January 69 to 71, I did a lot of flying, and I was ops day during, just before the ops. I was supposed to go 6 months before. I was sent for high supersonic medical to,
You were
Bangalore.
supposed to fly supersonics, right, sir?
Yeah, for that there was a separate medical.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I got grounded during that medical.
I mean, what was the test, sir? Like, why did they ground you? I mean, what was...
Yeah, they found my blood sugar. There is something called hypoglycemia.
Okay.
They found that the sugar contained in the urine was high. So they said, we can't give you your flying pathway. And yet you will have to come back later. So 3 months before the ops, I went back and they cleared me for flying on a trainer, non-ops. So when the ops started, unfortunately I could not take active part in flying missions.
Okay.
Though I requested my CEO to let me fly on a trainer, but that clause of non-ops flying was there. So he said, sorry, Chick, I can't let you even in a trainer because there's a non-ops flying.
And sir, who was your commanding officer at that time?
Very fine gentleman, is like a friend to me now also. He was wing commander at that time. SK Call, CP Call.
Krishna Call.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Who became the chief in the So he was, we were like a family. So I was quite, free, and I told him, so let me, I feel bad that I can't fly in the ops. He said, don't worry. So on 8th of December, finally there was a chance. My CEO said, you want to go at the airforce? I said, yes. So that, I think they were preparing for that Meghna crossing and in Komala sector.
Right.
So I was airlifted in a chopper along with some army jawans who were also sent from Bhatimara to Agartala.
Okay.
And then squadron leader Nanda Karyappa, who retired as Air Marshal, he was commanding 111 HQ. So along with him, he took me to Agartala. From there, an army liaison PLO came, took me to 4th Corps headquarters. There was a briefing. I was given the portable artifacts and etc. And I went back to the airfield.
Sir, can I ask a question? Were you a part of the 37th Squadron before?
I was part of the Black Panthers.
Okay. What was the radio set that you were given for the
The
operation?
radio set, I think it was SPR 9X. That, as far as I remember. It was a portable set with, a long
Antenna.
aerial, and we could carry it. So we were quite well versed in operation of that set. So,
Sir, one more thing, sir. If you could talk what actually a FAC, I think flight air controller does. I mean, could you explain a bit about that role, sir?
forward air controller, it goes right in front with the forward troops. And the aim is to give close air support to these troops so that they can, move forward and necessary aerial, attack is made for the troop to move forward.
Okay.
In that axis. So what happened? Our troops were already had moved till Komala. And at night of 8th, I went in a one-turner in a convoy. I remember at about 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning, early morning. And we reached Komala, outskirts of Komala, about 4 or 5 hours later.
Okay.
In between, I remember the convoy was stopped by some Mukti people who were there. And they also came along to guide us as to where we could safely go, I remember there was a post office on the inside Komala. I was operating from that because it was on slightly higher ground and we could see Manamati cantonment and that. Whereas Pakistani troops were entrenched in Mainamati.
I think Mainamati is the cantonment of Kumilla city.
Mainamati was a cantonment, and all the troops, I think Baluch and whatever the 17 days, I think was Pakistani.
14 divided.
They have moved inside the cantonment. They were not in the Komala town area,
Okay.
which was under control of our troops and the Mukti Bahami. So from 9 or 10 onward, 9th afternoon onward, all the planned, whatever closure support, we had to give our request to the command, and they would in turn, whether which squadron or I think MiGs also, inter squadrons, and by that time even the NATS squadron which was there, because of air superiority, there was no other work for the NATS to do, so they also joined in closer support. So I remember I used to, as and when the strike was approved, we used to contact the formation and give them the location of the target, which was either a bomb down or a fuel down, or inside the cantonment, any vehicle concentration or any. We should say, okay, fill up on so and so direction, cantonment would be between 3 o'clock and 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock. So any target you find of opportunity, you get clear to attack.
Okay.
Okay.
And you used to, sir, call for these strikes directly. I mean, using a radio set, right, sir? As per the infantry required.
There was a road which was leading from Komila to the cantonment, and every sort of target either side, so that the infantry could move along with the armored vehicles and things like that, and enter the cantonment. So concentration was there in that area, but the intelligence what we got regarding the bomb down area and fuel tanks which were fuel dump, so we concentrated the attacks on those to create, massive explosions and destruction inside. My memory is quite, as I told you, blank regarding the.
No, sir, whatever you are saying, it's still.
9 to 16 was a blur of events where we saw in the town during our visit to buy our daily, we were in fact given money, as I told you, for purchases and things required for our sale. And I can show you, this is one of the.
This is 5 rupees, sir. I can see it.
This was 5 rupees.
Yeah.
We were given, I think, 500. Close to 500 or 1,000.
I can read the Bengali thing as well.
Yeah, and this you can read.
Now it's clear. Yeah. Kumilla, 11 December 1971. Yeah.
Okay. So this is the memento of that period. So, as I told you, when we used to go to town in between the sorties which we had had, the people there were very friendly, and they treated us like demigods.
Okay.
And we found that there were a lot of people who were, very unhappy because their loved ones were either taken by the
Pakistani
inside
forces.
the cantonment.
By the
Their
Pakistani
daughter,
right, sir?
I remember one old man when on the 16th, on the 15th, when we entered the Manamati.
Were these atrocities on the local people committed by the Pakistanis?
Yeah, obviously, the Pakistani army and the Razakar who were part of them, who were helping, they had, I'm sorry to say, but they had uh, taken the young daughters and things like that. Because this, I'm saying that when we finally entered Manamati and before that thing was signed, there was an old man who requested, can I come? I said, okay, hop into my Jonga, and we went inside and told them, okay, there was a big lake, I remember, pond, square pond, inside the cantonment. So I said, maybe as per the what we heard, that there are a lot of bodies inside. I'm sorry, I don't know. I hope your daughter is not one of the victims there.
He was searching for the body of his daughter.
Because I don't think he expected to see her alive.
Okay. That is pretty horrifying, sir.
It was, and before, as I told you, 6 months before, in vicinity of our airfield also, Belgaum and Kalchini and that area was full of refugees, and thousands and thousands of them were staying in refugee camps. And really, it was quite sad to see them.
So, after the 16th, sir, what was your role? Did you come back to your...
Yeah, after the official ceasefire there, and I remember from 15th, they had already, Mainamati was already after them, but that it was under our control, Mainamati control. But on 16th was the official surrender ceremony, which is there behind you, the photo.
Right, sir.
So,
Yeah.
so that's when I was told, okay, you want to go along with the army people to Dhaka, because there are people going there. I said, sir, I'll rather go back to my quarter. So I went back to Agartala, and there was a Dakota going from there to Ashimara, so I just hopped in 17th, I think. 17th to 18th, I went back. I had enough of.
And during the war, sir, what was your rank? Were you a flight lieutenant?
I was a flying officer.
Flying officer.
Flying officer, yeah. First 4 days, 4th to 8th, I was there in the squadron, helping all these guys to turn the aircraft as fast as possible, helping the ground crew, and I was doing the assessment of the films which were, of the strikes and which were developed, and I was seeing how effective the thing was. Because gun camera had to be, when you attack all this, it is filming. So after that, you take the film and you assess what was the efficacy of that sortie. So I was doing all that, helping the senior guys also who were there. So that's one thing that I was getting more frustrated that I couldn't take active part.
You couldn't fly.
So finally I got a chance to go with the army, and I think that was very, not very many people get the chance of fighting, being an Air Force guy,
Yeah.
along with the army. You go and move with the troop, and
To be honest, sir, you going in, actually you saw the ground reality of the war itself.
yes, yes. What we see from the air, it's all impersonal.
Yeah.
But when you go and along with the troops and you see the actual thing, that's something else. And thankful, I think, that I got a chance to see that also.
Right, sir. One more thing, sir. After the war ended, could you talk about a bit about your own career in the Indian Air Force? You were just a flying officer. Your career had just started. So how was the rest of it, sir?
Yeah. After that, as I told you, I got the full medical category back. You know, within 2-3 months, I was called back to IM Bangalore, and I was cleared, saying that this was, you're not a diabetic. It was question of renal glycosuria, where the excess sugar is passed through the urine, and the blood sugar doesn't go up.
Acha, acha.
So I continued my flying career. After the war, 3 months, I got posted out to an HF squadron.
Okay.
Yeah, HF,
Marut, HF-24.
HF-24, Marut.
Okay.
So, which was in, actually it was a Mr. Squadron that time, 31,
Okay.
the Lions. And the Misters were being phased out, so that time we had a HF, a hunter trainer, and a Mr. Mr. were there also. So our squadron had all 3 aircraft. And since I was a hunter qualified person, I was flying the trainer there. Then I converted onto the HF-24, which that time we didn't have any trainer. You know, HF-24 didn't have trainers at that time. About 3-4 years, 2-3 years later, they managed to make a trainer which was there. So our squadron moved from England. We went to Jodhpur. I spent some 2 or 3 years in Jodhpur. And then I was posted to a Sukhoi squadron.
Okay. This was Sukhoi 7.
Sukhoi 7.
Okay.
And that squadron was
Sukhoi 7, sir,
26.
did you fly the Sukhoi 7, sir?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So I did my conversion from in 2-1 squadron, this squadron, which was my first squadron. Vampire squadron we were posted on, after commissioning my first squadron. So I did in the same variants 2-1. I did my conversion on to Su-7. And then I went back to 26 squadron because our squadron converted onto MiG-21 Biz. So about 8-9 months of stay in Sukhois, we are then with the squadron to Pune to convert onto MiG-21's Biz. MiG-21 Biz. And I was fortunately
I mean, it's Bison, right, sir? MiG-21 Bison.
No, not Bison was a later version.
Okay.
This was this. This actually means last version.
Okay.
Like there were type 77, type 96. And this was MiG-21 Biz, which had the same double reheat and, you know. Only thing is Bison had later versions which had avionics were better. We didn't have this map display, all was a moving map. We used to mark the map and use it for strikes and all. After we've done manually, you know, and we were holding the map up with one hand and doing it. So
it was like World War One fighter. I mean, case, I guess.
Yeah, the navigation on a base was, we didn't have inertial nav, which was there later, you know, or like the Sukhoi, you know, Jaguars and all had the navigation. We didn't have. We had to plan our strikes on the map and then hold it in our hand, like in front, not down, because you're flying at such high speeds at low levels. Yes. Then I was there in 26 for nearly 6 years, and for a total of nearly 2,000 hours on the base. So that was the maximum aircraft which had flown. Then in 85 I got posted to Udhampur. From 26 I got posted to 45 Squadron, Jamnagar, in 83, 84, 83, I don't remember. I was there in the Squadron flight commander till 86. I was posted as Head 1 to AOC GMK, Udhampur. And from there, within 6 months, I was posted out on deputation to Iraq.
Okay. To train Iraqi pilots, I guess.
Yeah. So I went to Iraq, and unfortunately I had a accident there. I had to eject from a Sukhoi 7 trainer due to flame out. And I was showing we were doing barrel rolls, and this guy, my pupils, in the barrel rolls, there's some sort of restriction. So I asked, are you holding the control? He said no. So I told him to put his hand up, and I recovered the aircraft in a half roll.
Okay.
And as I crossed the horizon, I opened full throttle to climb away. But to my horror, there was no response from the engine. Engine was winding down, the jeopardy was low. So I gave a call, the engine flamed out, and I put my nose down and put the relight on. But then I looked at the height. I was below 1.4 kilometers. And the minimum height for safe relight was 1.4. So I said by the time engine picks up, I would have hit the ground. So I told my pupils, stand up for ejection, and I pulled the handle. And I don't know if it was tumbling. When my parachute opened, I saw the aircraft blow in flames. So my first thought was, I hope KS is fine. Since I saw the aircraft and no other pilot, I thought he's gone. But then I saw his white and orange parachute blooming. And within seconds, it bloomed and it hit the ground. So it was a low sort of ejection for both of us. So as I saw this, I was rushing also towards the ground. I just bent my knees and within 45 minutes, we were picked up by the helicopter. So that's about my
flying career. And did you command any squadron, sir?
No, you see, when they sent me to Iraq in '86, they didn't tell me that if I go to Iraq, I will lose the opportunity to command. So when I came back, I found that already our supercivil people had become group captains and guys had commanded a squadron. I said, why have I not got my rank? He said, you didn't command a squadron. I said, when you sent me to Iraq, you didn't ask me for or did tell me that if you don't command a squadron, you won't get your next rank. I was sent by you all. So I put in my papers. Because of this in 90s. Hasty decision, but I did it. And I found that outside world was quite a jungle. I regretted my hasty decision.
Could you, sir, another thing, could you talk a bit about your own feelings regarding the present situation in Bangladesh? Like anything, if you want to speak.
I'm sad to, whatever the thing there, we lost a lot of men and good friends. I remember two of my squadron mates were killed in the first day itself. First, in fact, 10 minutes of 10-15 minutes of them taking off, they were shot down. There was Kurbitola and Tezgah. My flight commander was only to Samantha and flight level Konde. And apart from that, there were so many army people and all. During the course of 16, from 4th to 16, we did our best and so to ensure that Bangladesh was created, with fast. And I'm sure, though they say that Mukti Bahani, if we had not entered and not helped, they would have still got the freedom, which I strongly disbelieve. That without help given by us before the war, in form of training the people, Mukti Bahani, arming them and our actual presence, making sure that the Air Force was neutralized in the first 3 days, giving us freedom of open skies, complete freedom of moving. So all that, made things easy for, and then there was a thing about threat by the Americans trying to put their pressure, the Russian helping us out, all that was there before before Mr. Niazi signed surrender, and we created history by making Bangladesh and handing over. We didn't stay there. We moved ourselves, no? Like any conqueror, we didn't want to make that into our
territory.
Did our work, we then moved back and handed over the thing to the Bengalis, the Bangladeshis.
Yeah.
So what they did after, and imagine 93,000 troops, POWs, who were well looked after. They were not treated badly. They were looked after as the Geneva Convention or better. And on the other side, they didn't reciprocate. There were still POWs who were not handed over to us. So that's bad. So the present, I would say, I don't know, I hope things work out and they don't have, they live like peaceful neighbors of ours and not create problems for us.
Right, sir.
Just hope they are not bitten again.
Right, sir. That's up to, like, just let's see what happens. Yeah.
Yes.
Another thing, sir, a bit about yourself, like, you being a really senior gentleman and coming up and talking about your experiences despite your feelings and losing two of your friends in the war. It's actually very commendable, sir.
It was my pleasure. As I told you, I'm sorry. The days of my 8 to 16 was like a fast forward picture. I don't remember any detail, nothing, but just that I was taken there. I planned my attack, guided the aircraft as and when required. After the surrender, went back to my squadron.
Still, it's quite of an experience, sir, and I hope people get to know about it.
Yes.
That's my intention. Yeah.
Hello, whatever. It was thrilling that time. And it's all there. No regret.
Thank you so much for being here, sir, and thank you so much for telling about and talking about your experiences. And thank you for whatever you did, sir, for your service.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
God bless.
And we'll talk again.